Welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's podcast. All right, welcome everybody. I'm Nicholas. I'm joined as always by chewing gum enthusiast Jeremy Jordan
Hello.
and computer tech specialist Justin.
Oh yeah, that's me. Throw it out the window.
So how's everybody? I know we missed a week there, but that's all right. That was 4th of July. We were busy.
Yeah,
You know.
we're celebrating freedom out there.
We were. I launched a lot of fireworks, and as you can see, I know this is an audio
Video.
podcast, but
Yep.
I'm showing that I have not blown any fingers off.
Good.
All of my fingers are still attached.
Jeremy's taking
no.
yours.
No one's getting the JPP award. Justin,
Just kidding.
the JPP award is being left on the shelf.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So once again, we've managed to escape the holiday free of incident.
I
the
didn't
best
even
of-
launch. I didn't even launch off any of my own fireworks.
Me neither.
I had to say to the best. I was like, by the looks of everybody on camera, it looks like nobody's house burned down. So always a plus.
Miraculously.
Oh yeah, shit was getting dangerously close to Justin's house.
Yeah, we
There-
were after the fireworks. We came out and started making some s'mores on the grill because I didn't want to start a fire because it had been so dry. And as we're out there, we could feel pieces of tube and cardboard like raining down on my house.
Sorry about that. Matt and I had a budget and we spent it.
Yeah, you could just feel it pelting you when you're standing outside.
I felt like this year things were like extra crazy. Did
Which
you
is
feel that?
I did. My neighborhood normally, I think it's technically against the rules of the neighborhood or against the laws of Burlington to launch in the neighborhood. But man, it was crazy how many were going off.
Yeah.
Because we did our fireworks Friday night because me and the wife and the sister-in-law went to see Dave Matthews Saturday night.
Ooh.
And then, so good. Then Saturday and then Sunday night. Well, Jess had to work Monday morning, so she didn't want to stay out late on Sunday, so we didn't really do much of all. So while me and the dogs were hanging out Sunday, you could just hear it. It was sounded almost kind of like a war zone, really.
How do your dogs handle it?
Surprisingly well. Neither of them freak out about it at all. They just the really big ones near the house, they kind of pop their head up and look. But last night or the night before, I was sitting on the couch playing video games and I had the windows open because it was really nice. And some people were still launching fireworks. And I think Quinn was actually staring at the window, listening or watching them. So
Nice.
I got really lucky. I don't have the dogs that you gotta feed Valium or melatonin to hide them in the basement.
Yeah. Blow smoke in their face.
Nice.
That's what I do.
How does yours handle it?
Oh, she doesn't care.
Okay, that's
She,
good.
she was outside trying to catch the pieces of cardboard.
Okay,
We had to put her in the house.
mine aren't that bad, but yeah, it is so because my parents used to have a dog who they literally had to get Valium, human Valium for. They had to get a prescription from the vet because
Jeez.
thunder and fireworks were so bad. You just see her shaking or her chest would be, it was bad.
My sister's dog, one of her dogs is like that really bad. But that's a rescue dog from Puerto Rico, so it probably brings back bad memories.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So Real quick before we get into what we're going to talk about, has either of you seen Thor yet?
Mm-mm.
Nah,
Okay.
it's our favorite part of the episode. Nicholas asks,
Well-
and we tell him no.
I mean, it's rare. It's rare that we have something that came out like 2 days ago that all three of us would have gone and seen if we
I-
didn't go see it together.
I seen Minions too.
Okay.
That's recent.
Did you
All
see a
right.
bunch of people in suits?
I did not.
Okay.
I bet you that's what those morons were walking into the theater wearing suits for.
Yeah.
I forgot about that
Yeah, it's a weird trend.
because we went and saw Thor at 9:30 this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because anyway,
That's the best time to go.
actually, I mean, I have to say I'm giving it's a small step down from Ragnarok,
Okay.
but it's still so leaps and bounds above Thor and Dark World that like it's still like while the credits were rolling, I looked over at Jess and was like, please just let Chris Hemsworth and Takia Waititi just keep doing this.
Hmm.
Because I mean the last two have been so good. Like it
Mhm.
was I mean to say it's a small step down, it'd be like, well, what Ragnarok, if memory serves, ended up winning our Marvel battle.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I believe-
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a step down from the movie that we all decided was the best Marvel movie
It,
yet.
it was either that or Endgame. I can't remember, but it was
Okay,
definitely
so-
top two.
It finished in the top two. So like when I'm saying that Love and Thunder isn't like that, it's like there's not like it's still probably top third, top 10 maybe.
Mhm.
I want to see it again.
Cool.
I just want to say, and I won't say any more about it other than just there's the after credit scene. I was right,
What?
and then I was right. I called
okay.
something. I
Okay.
was right about something, and I called it. Maybe not necessarily in the after credit scene that I called it, but I was right, and then we'll go from there. When you guys see it, we'll discuss it further.
Okay.
All right.
Do we want to talk about the trailer too that just dropped before we get into it? That you sent us that said, watch this.
You'll have to remind me. I know I sent you a trailer. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Okay. Yes. Okay. Clerks 3.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to put it other than raging nerd hard on.
That's a good
Fair.
way to put it. Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I was definitely a little apprehensive before the trailer came out because, Reboot was like, okay, but I'm definitely sold with this trailer. I think it's I think it's going to be a great addition to the series.
Yes. Yeah. I was happy. A lot of the faces that I saw in the trailer, I was happy. I'm hoping that a couple of them have a little bit more than just a cameo, more than like what we've already seen. But yeah, I mean, I was gonna go see it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It was gonna get our money.
I do hope that it's just going to be like in theaters and not. I mean, I know he's doing the Q&A thing, but I hope it
think-
also comes to theaters.
I think from what I've been able to tell, like he's doing his little roadshow tour, but it is also going to have a wide release. Like it's his first wide release movie.
That's cool.
And since Cop Out, Zack and Miri, I don't remember.
Yeah. That's crazy how long ago that was.
We'll have to
'Cause
see if any of his little road shows are gonna come near us.
Yeah.
So far the ones he's announced, like not even Chicago. Like I'm sure, given how often he comes to Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison, but I don't know.
I feel like we've seen him at the Pabst quite a bit. Like we saw a Groovy Movie there, and he did a couple Q&As there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know I went to Madison when he was just doing Smodcast, but that was also like when he was still like figuring out how to do the live tours. So
Yeah.
So maybe a chance.
maybe. I mean, there's a chance. I don't know. I know with Reboot, it was like $50, and that just seemed like a lot of money. And the closest it got was Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no one wants to go there.
But yeah, so Clerks 3 is definitely high on the list of like, all right, now that I've seen Thor, like Clerks 3 is like, you know,
Yeah.
probably the next highest movie on my list of wanting to see.
Yeah.
So,
Fair.
and I'm hoping that it does well enough that like maybe we get Mallrats 2 finally. Like,
yeah, I'd like to see that for
like some of
sure.
some of the other movies he's been talking about.
Mhm.
Maybe now that he's gotten this out of his system, or maybe now that he's putting out a studio film again, that like maybe the studios will be like, hey, let's
Moose Jaws.
Yeah. What else you got you want to work on?
What's up with that? Whatever happened to that thing that he released as the NFT?
I don't know. I'm guessing that what was it? Kilroy was here.
Yeah.
I've never even heard about the NFT actually coming out. I don't know. I'm hoping that someday somebody will, release it or do, because I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm interested.
So I don't know. I remember we talked about it, whenever he said he was going to release it as an NFT, because I remember I was like, you people are young people. What is an NFT?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knew.
Not a clue. I still don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still that person I was when you asked me the first
Yeah.
time.
All right. Well, let's not rehash that conversation then. So,
Sure.
but a little bit more, just one other topic then, just to keep padding this episode out. But we'll
Mhm.
pad it out on the beginning instead on the end. That way you have to listen.
That's right. It's a good tactic.
Did you see that?
New
Did you see that
strategy.
Cameron? Do you see that Cameron Diaz is coming out of retirement?
No.
No. To do what? I didn't realize she was retired.
Well, I mean, she hasn't made a movie in 8 years, so
I haven't
I thought
noticed
that
the
she-
difference.
I thought she just stopped getting work. I mean, she
Yeah.
was never really all that great, was she?
well,
That's cruel, actually. But she's okay. She's made me laugh a few times.
high school me is screaming at the top of his lungs at you right now.
Okay, for what? What's the best? What for? What? Give me examples.
The Mask definitely put her pretty high on the list.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
Night and Day with Tom Cruise.
Night and day. Really?
I was thinking The Mask. There's something about Mary.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Charlie's
first-
Angels.
The first Charlie's Angels. The second one was okay, but the first one was definitely the better.
Did you see Bad Teacher?
Yeah, that one was okay. I mean, she did a couple indie movies, like I think it was Feeling Minnesota, that was pretty good. But yeah, no, I mean, she was pretty high on the list back in the day.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that. I
mean, I don't really have a list anymore because I've just gotten to the point where like I don't, whatever. It
Right.
is.
Who needs a list?
No, I mean,
Which-
I guess you just hit a certain age where you're like, eh. But yeah, no, high school me had a thing for Cameron Diaz.
All right.
Right on. So
Oh.
it's a stamp of approval that she's back in action.
I thought, well, because I think it was Annie when she did that movie. Like it was so poorly received. She was just kind of like, I'm gonna be done for a while. I'm retiring.
Yeah.
Annie. I forgot about
Do-
that movie.
You do
That
what you
was
got to do.
like Will Smith's kid.
No, it was some random kid. No, because Will Smith kid did the Karate Kid remake.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What's Jackie Chan done since then?
I have no idea, really, honestly.
All right. What else do we got before we get into this? I mean, didn't he do Karate Kid with them?
Yeah,
Yes.
He hasn't been
that's
around
true.
since.
I forgot
Um,
that he was in that
He
too.
he did what was it I don't want to be mean, but didn't he do the one called like The Foreigner?
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
Is that Pierce Brosnan?
Oh, I have no idea who was in it. I just remember it existing.
Okay.
Okay.
I know, Jeremy, you've watched Harley Quinn seasons 1 and 2, right?
I have not.
Okay, so it was
Nicholas.
Justin. Oh,
Yeah.
the other one. Did you see the trailer for season 3?
I have not. Is it good?
Oh, it looks amazing. It looks like they're really amping up the dirtiness.
Good.
Oh yeah, how come you didn't bring this story to the table here? Cameron Diaz reveals she may have been unwitting Moroccan drug mule.
What?
Because I didn't know that story. I just knew she was coming out of retirement to do a movie with Jamie Foxx.
Apparently the drug money ran out.
Well, because she's married to one of the Madden twins from Good Charlotte.
She talked about doing a modeling assignment where she received a locked suitcase. It had quote unquote my costumes in it. And then she went to the airport. I don't know. That's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All
right, sorry.
All right. I know she went to high school with. We either went to the same high school or went to like a rival high school at the same time Snoop Dogg did. Because
She went to because
she's pretty sure she bought pot off.
Oh.
Yes, she does.
Interesting.
So, all right. Anyway,
I'd say the only other little bit of sad news is the passing of James Caan
okay. Yep.
Yeah.
on like the 6th or around there.
I'll be honest. I thought he was already dead.
Oh boy.
Sorry,
yeah,
James.
yeah. So Elf's dad passed away.
Yeah. Buddy's not going to find his dad.
Oh,
No, Buddy can't. Buddy lost his dad.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
You started it.
I mean, I'm sure he's been in a lot of other stuff than Elf, but that's just the first movie I think of.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I can't think of anything else right now at the moment.
Was it Goodfellas?
He was in. So I think he was in one of, if not all of the Godfather movies.
Yeah.
All right.
That's really beautiful lighting right now that you got going on, Nicholas. It's like an orange hue on your face with like the deeper orange in the background.
I don't know if you could tell, but he's
really nice.
He's in a tanning bed right now.
Oh, I see.
He's getting spray tanned.
I would like to take credit for it, but it's I bet you. I don't know how bright it is outside, but I bet if I opened,
it's just like a bronzer effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stick with the bronzer.
That really.
If I opened the curtains, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't look so orange. I'd be a
maybe you're running for president.
Pale shade of white. All right. Okay. So let's get down to brass tacks. Let's get down to what everybody is here for. Let's finally break down America's Got Talent.
Oh yeah.
To do the little intro here. It's time for America's favorite podcast to recap America's Got Talent.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
I used to step on that all the time.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, okay, is he gonna throw it to me? And then you just like steamroll with it.
Man,
I get one thing.
I thought your thing was bringing up the death stories. That's why I didn't put James Caan down. I was just going to wait for you to bring it up.
That too.
You have two things now.
All right.
Dead people in America's Got Talent.
All right. So I guess we'll start where we should start with, and we'll just start with night one. I took some notes, and I took probably more notes than in the past. But Justin, I know that you've taken copious notes.
I did. I felt like this season, though, it's a lot harder to understand what the acts when they're saying their names. I don't know if you've noticed that.
A little bit, yeah.
So I don't really know if these names are right, or if I'm going to pronounce these right, and I don't really care.
I might be able to help you out, but if you don't want me to help you,
Oh no.
I'll just let you go through it.
Some
I appreciate
some
all
of
the
them I
help.
just wrote like what the act was. And now I'm realizing that now that we're like 5 nights in, like it's hard for me to remember night one.
All right.
I just
So,
got done binging it this whole weekend, so it's pretty fresh.
Okay, all right. Well, then you can hopefully remind me of some of this stuff. So for night one, we're introduced once again to our panel of judges. We've got Simon, we've got Heidi, we've got Sophia, we got Howie, and we've got the host Terry.
So again, no Americans judging Americans Got Talent.
Right, only hosting.
Yes.
Right.
Right, and it is fun because there's definitely a couple times where it's like, yeah, you guys are not American. Okay. So the first act that I wrote down was a bunch of drummers from Chicago.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
like Peg Drumline and At Risk Drumline that had the sad story of
Oh yeah.
how all their funding got cut and they lost
That is-
half of their people.
That is a through line that I've noticed throughout this entire season is that apparently
Bunch of sad sacks.
every act must have a sad story, and it's getting kind of tiresome.
Oh wow.
So you'll see my frustration as we go on from the first night to the fifth night.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting because this time around, I really embraced the sad stories, and as I mentioned pre-recording, I kept a cry count.
Okay.
So-
all right.
So Jeremy is more sentimental with the sad stories. Nicholas is more annoyed with them, and I'm still just like,
Well, I mean,
show me your act.
I feel like that's true to character for all of us. Like
Yeah.
it's not really like,
Right.
Calling
I
him
mean-
sensitive.
being called insensitive is just par for the course, really.
Yeah.
I thought they were kind of, but now that I remember them, I see. I try not to pay attention to the sob story so that I can just pay attention to the act. I thought they were kind of cool. I thought it was a little bit of a different thing, but I don't know how far they'll go. I can't. Acts like that don't tend to go very far out if they even make it past judge cuts, but I seem to remember enjoying them. At least they were, entertaining.
I put down a little thing here for it's a good halftime show, but it's not a headliner.
Okay.
Like if they're out at like an intermission of like a football game, a basketball game, even an all-star game, I'm like, yeah, that's going to keep the crowd's attention. But I don't know if it's something you're going to pay money to see specifically.
Good point.
Yeah.
Back to my would I pay to see them?
And it's a good scale. I mean, it really is. Jeremy?
Yeah. When you put it that way, I mean, as fun as it was to watch, could it be sustainable? Probably not for that
I
long.
mean, they might be fun on a parade that you guys seem to enjoy.
That's true.
Didn't get an invite or anything, but hey.
Oh wow. Well, just sometimes things just come together, and
Okay. All right. Well,
And magic happens. Moving on.
I'm moving on.
The next one.
Wait.
Okay.
I wrote drummer 69 for some reason in my notes. So at one point in the act, I think that these guys must have been at a 69, and I just wrote for some reason.
The one drummer was hanging upside down from the other one playing the drums.
So
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. All right.
thought that was an interesting element that they added. Okay.
All right. Sorry to cut you off there, Jeremy.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry.
All right. The next one was XOMG Pop.
Oh, the pedophile parade.
The mini
Oh.
JoJo's. Which is
Okay.
funny that one day I went to hang out with you because we weren't recording and you had this on. And I remember I walked into the studio and I was like,
Oh
what's with all the little JoJo's? And you're like, oh, funny you say that.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Because they're a bunch of little JoJo's.
All right. I just want to read exactly what I wrote. I said JoJo Siwa's girls were awful, and it was the first of what I'm sure will be first first of what I am sure will be many pedophile dreams. AGT should be ashamed of themselves.
I just wrote a bunch of mini annoying JoJo's.
See, I don't. I only reason I know that that was JoJo Siwa is because they told me. I don't know who she is,
Yeah,
but I also don't have a small child in my house, so
I do. Who when that episode was on, they even said, "Look, that's JoJo."
but they were awful. I mean, just straight up awful.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't sound good. The dancing was pathetic. Like the only reason they made it to where they were, like had they just shown up like as a group, they would not have made it onto the judges stage.
Mhm.
They only made it onto the judges stage because of who's backing.
Right.
Someone's greasing their palms.
Yeah.
Donation to some charities.
Some sicko at home is greasing his palms too.
Yeah.
Come
Well,
on, I set him up nicely for that.
I like that one.
yeah, but when I saw that act, I was like, oh, the pedophile alarm that Jeremy set up long ago when we started talking about this show. So it's just going off.
Yeah, for sure. But funny enough, I mean, really, that was really it for the rest of the time.
Right. So far,
I mean,
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Okay, next up we had Mervant, the hip hop magician.
That was cool.
Yeah, I thought that
must-
was really cool, but I didn't know where he's going to go with it, if he can do more.
I must not have been entertained because I did not write him down. I do not remember him.
He was doing the card thing while doing the story. He'd say like 1, 2, 3 as he's like flipping the cards over.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I thought that was really cool, but like, is it a one-trick pony? Is he going to be able to do other hip hop things while doing card tricks?
Mhm.
I just think that like the bar has been set so high for Magic after Matt Franco and Shen Lim,
Right.
and then the guy who probably shouldn't have won last year, but I mean, still a magician. Like, like the bar has been set high for Magic. So when you show up now, and you're just kind of like, all right,
Yeah, but we like Magic.
that is
We
true.
do like Magic, yeah. That's a good point because you're right. Like with the subject material in his raps, it's like he's just gonna keep reminding people like I'm a rapping magician.
Which
I
is
know.
cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
I just like to see where it goes from here.
yeah. It'll be interesting.
Okay, next we had Lee Connaughton, magician. I don't remember where he's from. Is he the one from Scotland or Ireland or England?
Did you say
What?
magician?
Musician.
Oh, musician. Okay, because I had singer. I have British
Yeah.
singer.
Brett,
Yeah.
that's where he was
That's what
from.
I wrote too.
I said he was a decent singer and the accent sure helps.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good. I don't remember why, but I just wrote Lee. Well, I didn't get the name right, but
I don't know if I got it right either.
I wrote Lee Collinson, but
I wrote Connaughton.
okay, well, somewhere in between.
I think
British
it's
singer,
Collinson.
pretty good. That's so
Pretty good. He looks like a drug dealer.
all right.
Right?
That might help, swing some of the sympathy vote.
Yeah. He needs drug money.
Yeah.
Okay. What is next? David Lichman Patino.
Pinot mini horse.
Okay. I wrote down don't work with animals.
Oh,
Is this the one they're like trying to get to sit and it wouldn't
Yes.
sit?
And it
Oh, okay.
refused to do anything.
Yeah.
oh yeah. That's why you don't work with animals.
Yeah. I wrote down there don't work with animals.
Well, and any animal other than a dog is notoriously harder to train anyway. So
Right. Okay. Jeremy, anything to add about the little horses?
Ah,
Nah. Okay. Next they went through a couple of those really bad ones in this stage because they had Joe, who was the singer from Austria that lit himself on fire while singing to
Mhm.
his wife.
mhm.
oh, okay.
Just just terrible. Then they had yoga with goats,
Yeah.
which I wouldn't mind doing yoga with goats, but I'd probably actually just end up petting the goats instead of actually doing yoga.
True.
But I would be around goats, so I would give it a shot. Then Jack Grady, magician. I just put also bad, so I don't know what he did.
Yeah, I had nothing between Lee Collison and another act, so all of these are kind of hazy. I do remember the guy lighting himself on fire.
Yeah. Okay, and then they got back to a good one. Ben Lupitus, singer songwriter.
This one I figured would create some debate. Was it good, or was he just like, was his attitude and his presence?
His enthusiasm and charisma got him through. Because he was the
Yeah.
Parmesan guy, right?
Yeah.
I put bad Bo Burnham.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a bad Bo Burnham.
I will say I give it to him because he's the first person I've ever seen get 4 exits. Managed to turn it around and get on to the next round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Normally when you get 4 exits, they're like, all right, goodbye.
Yeah. Get out.
We don't want to hear anymore. And he managed to turn it completely around.
He did sell it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was interesting to see, and it was catchy, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what he brings next.
Yeah. I mean, I did look him up. He has a career.
Okay.
He is kind of a comedy. That I don't follow Bo Burnham as much as you two do. I am aware of him. So yeah, when you say bad Bo Burnham, sure, that tracks.
Yeah. All right. Do you remember the next one, Jeremy? Did you write anything down?
The next
I put
one,
Theria and Celia.
This
They're
was
opera
the
singer ventriloquists.
right. Yeah, Celia Minos.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, this was awesome. That was pretty nuts.
No,
Okay.
no puppets singer. She the one that was like brushing her teeth and doing the radio and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. I said she was different, and good. Like the last, like I know that as much as AGT also has magic recently, they have a history with ventriloquist. I mean, Terry Fader won like the first season,
Mm-hmm.
and then what's her name, Darcy Lynn,
Yeah.
and then there was the other guy who nobody seems to remember.
Puff the
He
Magic
won.
Dragon guy.
No, not Pitt, not Puff. There was another ventriloquist act, maybe before or right after Darcy Lynn that won the whole season, whose name escapes me right now. So like there have been 3 ventriloquist acts to win the whole season. And so for some reason America loves ventriloquist acts.
It's damn impressive. I can't figure it out. I don't know how the fuck you do that.
Maybe Jeff Dunham needs to go on.
See how he does.
Since I mean last year they switched all the rules and started letting like the guy from Police Academy.
Yeah, for real. It's getting like all loose with the rules here.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Then we had Veronica dances with the poodles and does costume changes.
all right.
Okay.
Always like a good dog act. Always.
I put that it was one of the better animal acts we've seen in a while. Like she had all those little dogs. They're all pretty well trained, so it's better than what we've had seen.
Well, and dogs are easier to train than mini horses. So
So don't get a mini horse.
Just get a bunch of small dogs.
Yeah.
Instead.
Bunch of poodles.
Whenever I hear news about some sort of atrocity, I'm just going to watch that audition again. The small dogs. And it'll take my mind off of horrible things.
Yeah.
It's eye bleach
Brought
or ear bleach.
Brought Jeremy good feelings.
all right. Well, there we go. All right.
Okay. Mikey Winfried was up next, comedian.
He was
I don't-
good.
I don't remember. I put nervous and I didn't really find him that funny. Was he the one about the older stepkids?
Yeah. You didn't like him?
Yeah.
I didn't find him to be that funny.
Oh, I wrote very funny.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
because
remember.
he was so nervous. It's just
I
I don't know.
apparently at the time I was really impressed and I really liked him. I don't remember him, but
I thought he had a really good stage presence, like was really enthusiastic, like with the smiling all the time, and he was really funny. Yeah.
Um, Next up was Cher Takata.
Um.
Oh, that was the yo-yo act.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I thought that was
I
pretty.
put a very enjoyable yo-yo act.
I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It was
I
cool.
mean, again, I don't know where you're gonna go with it from there.
You're gonna go to halftime at the Pfizer.
Gonna
Fill
join
in it.
red.
Yeah,
Gonna
Pretty
join
much.
red panda on the circuit.
it'll keep you entertained. And then the last act of episode 1 was Avery Dixon,
Uh-oh.
the extremely nervous saxophone player.
First
Oh.
tally mark on the cry count.
Right. I wrote that he's the Terry Cruz's golden buzzer. I didn't know if we wanted to just go ahead and spoil that one right
Sure.
away. I wrote the kid.
How many episodes are we on now? 5? What are we spoiling at this point?
Good point.
Yeah.
I wrote that Terry, the kid has talent, and the sob story, he will be hard to beat.
Yeah, I was extremely nervous, but he is a great saxophone player.
Yeah, he played the fuck out of that saxophone.
Worth a tweet or something. Be like, hey, come on
Yeah.
out to this little podcast we got.
I wouldn't mind talking to that gentleman. I don't know. That was really, I was like, seriously, I'm not even just saying this for the show. I was like bawling my eyes out during this whole performance. Like he was like, it really moved me. I don't know. I think I might be like emotionally unstable this weekend.
All right. Well,
All right. Moving on.
I mean, like I said, he has talent. He has real talent, and and with that story, it's going to be tough to beat him. He's
Yeah.
good. He's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. That's episode 1.
All right. Episode
Came in
1.
strong.
Had a nice strong finish to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
Not really annoyed by anything that's happened yet so far. Night 1, I'm still pretty happy.
Just the mini JoJo's.
Well-
Unnecessary.
Yeah, but I expect a couple acts like that a night just to unnecessarily irk me. All right.
Oh,
Okay. So night 2.
Okay.
Okay. Then we had episode 2 started off with Zoe Tomas and Paulo,
Aw.
the chicken trainer.
Hey,
I put good at obstacles, bad at music.
the fact that the chickens were playing music at all, I give them credit. 'Cause, I mean, that's more than I can do. So
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're part of the one band in the parade, then you just got to be bad at music. For more content, check out the Media Pod special or the July special.
Right.
All right. After that, we had Funkonometry, dancers. I said
Yeah.
not a Vegas worthy act, but still pretty good.
I didn't
I-
write anything down, so I must not have been entertained.
That's what I wrote down, but I could not tell you anymore, like who they are or what they did, other than what I wrote in my notes.
For a dance act to impress me, it really has to be something. So, and we'll get to them. But
And then Anthony Kepford, he was a one-man band. This must have been a string of bad shows. I put he was a bad Weird Al.
Okay.
okay.
Waylon Nabaga, another original bad singer. And then they set up for Drake Milligan, the singer-songwriter.
Yep. Yep.
I don't like country music, but I liked his sound.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't write down the name. I just wrote country band. was pretty good for being country.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was the Johnny Cash, Elvis kind of thing. He said he wanted to be like Elvis growing up.
Right.
So
Right.
dead on a toilet in a
Super
couple
dream.
years. Go on,
Dating a
Oh.
14-year-old.
go on, Jeremy.
Okay. No, it's just I was just gonna say I share your sentiments. I think he was sort of dreamy. I don't even know what I was gonna say. I don't remember what the fuck I was gonna say. Just go ahead, Justin. I'm sorry.
Followed up by a bad act of a George Bush impersonator.
Oh
All
my
right.
god. What the
That seemed really weird and out of place.
Yeah, unnecessary. The whole thing.
Right.
what
It just
fucking era is this?
right. That was the thing. Like, I mean, George Bush impressions were barely funny back when he was president. Like, we're 3 presidents away from him. Like, what? Like, it just seems so weird and out of place. Like,
Yeah, that was weird.
It did. Then we had, I don't know if I wrote this right. Igo Tanaka, comedian that started off weak and got better. I wrote.
Okay.
Ringing a bell for anybody.
I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, she was funny.
Was she the one
Oh.
talking about her driver's license that she can do what she wants now?
Yeah, she's
That-
like making
okay.
fun of America.
That one of my notes I put was slightly anti-American.
okay,
Totally.
yeah, I
And
do.
now I
her now.
remember why.
I do remember her. People on Reddit are like calling her one of the best acts and things. Like she can win it all. I'm like, no, she
No,
can't.
no,
I
she
don't even
can't.
remember. Like I don't. That's the kind of act I don't even think makes it out of Judge Cuts. Quite honestly.
Right. Okay. Next we had Madison Taylor Viez. She was the singer that was planted in the crowd, also known as Howie's Golden Buzzer.
And another hash mark here for the crime count.
All right, this is where I started to get annoyed with the sob story. First off, I didn't understand why they hit her in the crowd. Like, what was the point of that? Because all it has done is provided so much ammo on Reddit for people like screaming about
It's
conspiracy
staged and
theories. Like,
fixed.
it's so staged, it's fixed, and blah blah blah. And it's like, well, first off, they're like, oh, and they did such a bad job of editing, forgetting that they told you that. That's like, no, come on, they didn't forget that they edited that way. They just did a really bad job of like editing it so that like, because I kept waiting for Terry to come out and be like, "Ah, we got you."
Uh,
She was. We put her in the crowd,
Yeah.
right? And he never did because they spent so much time like building up that they hit her in the audience.
Right.
Apparently, this is the thing they actually do to like pad time in the studio audience. Like they just randomly go around and hand people microphones and have them like sing or do just to and obviously nobody sitting in the audience is ever good,
Right.
But
but like clearly we knew that this girl was going to be something because they had the whole like pre-taped package for her.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
These angry Reddit people just need to let themselves just get lost in the story. It's like
yeah,
it's have some
mean,
fun.
right. I mean, first off, once again, because it is a game show on TV where the American people at some point will be allowed to vote, it cannot be rigged.
Mm-hmm.
It is illegal.
Right. Yeah.
If they get caught doing it, there is massive fines and possible jail time. Like it is real consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they might be able to rig it at this point because America's not voting. But, at the same time, like it's a game show. Like they can't do that. Like they can do things to maybe stack the scales in somebody's favor, but they can't like straight up rig it the way that these people think that it's being rigged.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's get down. Let's talk about her. Obviously, she had the sob story. I thought she was terrible.
Wow.
She was pitchy. Um, she just from like maybe because she's 10 or 11 or however old she was. She still needs to grow into her voice, and maybe she'll be, a great singer later on in life. But at this point, like, I think it was a waste of how he wasted a golden buzzer. She was awful.
All right, so Jeremy cried and Nicholas got angry. Par for course.
How crazy is that? It moved me to tears.
I'm not saying her story wasn't moving. I'm
The
just
story
saying,
and the performance I'm talking about. I thought her
but-
singing was incredible.
it was nails on a chalkboard. It reminds me of that who was that little girl a couple seasons ago that everybody was falling all over their asses over. This is gonna sound terrible, but she's the little Asian girl.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I
I can't remember her name.
everybody was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I was like, she's awful. Like she can't, like she's not good. Like maybe at some point later in life she will be, but right now she's not. Like I thought it was out of tune and pitchy.
All right.
I didn't write anything other than singer in the crowd. Okay, are we over this? Are we done with this topic?
Yeah, we can move on.
All right, moving on. Next up, we had Fusion Japan.
Fusion Japan.
I believe that's what it was. It was a dance performance. I said there was too many people and had too much going on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't like those large groups because there's too much going on over here, going on over there. Are they good?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's the one where they were like launching the people, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't anything we haven't seen before.
Good
So-
halftime. Good halftime show. Look forward to seeing it.
See if I serve.
Okay. Next up, we had Marvin Ashley, the chemical engineer stripper.
How ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah. I wrote not entirely sure what the muscle guy act was. So I'm guessing that's what this was.
Yes. He has like his science set and he spills some on him and just rips his shirt off. And then him and Terry start flexing together.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what that act was. I mean, if you want to be a muscle guy and promote science and like, pull your shirt off to get people interested, like have an act, not just be like, boom, look at me. Yeah. If I look like that, I'd walk around without a shirt too. But
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that was followed up by Viviana Orochi, I think is her name, the acrobatic bathtub, to which I just wrote, yes, please.
Yeah, that was awesome.
okay, I'm glad you wrote more because all I wrote was aerialist act, and now I remember why I didn't write more.
Yes. That was the acrobatic in the bathtub.
Just know that you said it, not me.
Yep, that's all I wrote. Was yup, yes, please. And yeah, I mean, you look at like that, the clawfoot tub and everything, and yeah. All right. After that, you had JoJo and Bria. The guy was there last year with a different act, and it was him and his niece.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I said singers. She's got some talent. He's just meh.
I don't know.
Well,
That's so funny.
That's more than I wrote down. I didn't even write them down, so I must not have been entertained by them at all. So I don't even remember them.
Oh,
Big
Jeremy, what
fat
you got?
guy and a little girl. I don't know. I got nothing. It didn't move me that much. Didn't move my dial.
Didn't move you like the aerialist act did.
No. put the sound effects in like a wacky morning radio show.
All right. Next, it was Jennifer and her dancing zombies.
Jeez.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah,
What
terrible.
a waste.
And I like zombies, but man, so bad.
Mhm.
Good, we all agree. And then next up was Zeno. He was the creepy magic man with the hooks in his nose.
I mean, I just wrote hook through nose guy weird.
Yeah. He did move on, did he?
He did.
He did. Wow,
Move
what's
on.
that guy gonna do next?
I don't. I think that's what they said. They want to see what he's going to stick through his face next.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, because didn't he pull Sophia and
Oh yeah, yeah,
Heidi?
yeah.
All right. Moving on after that.
It looks like some kind of weird fetish video, like guy pulling two girls on a cart with a
Hook through his
hook.
nose. Very distinct audience he wants there.
Yeah.
Okay, next
Yeah.
we had metaphysics, which they brought out the singer from a couple years ago, and they used the Simon filter on.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So basically, what we've done now is we've moved deep fake technology far enough along where we can basically do it live. I'm not sure that deep fake technology should be allowed to be a contestant. For one, that guy went pretty far last time he was a contestant, so I don't know, like letting him come back on and sing again. Like it's not much. Like okay, so he can sing, yeah,
Mhm.
we know that,
Mhm.
but like I don't know, that's some scary shit. This deep fake technology, like it is,
It is.
because I mean, well, you remember a couple months ago when that one guy did the deep fake of Tom Cruise, like doing something stupid, and Tom Cruise had to be like, "That's not me," and the guy had to finally come out and be like, "Yeah, it was." I mean, we are getting closer and closer to like Manchurian Candidate style stuff here, where you're going to be able to make a video of somebody doing something and saying, "Oh, look at what this candidate did or said." They're going to be like, "I didn't," and they're like, "Oh, we have video of it right here, though." But I
Yeah.
didn't, you know.
Right.
Yeah, it's
No,
crazy.
I don't know. It's technology that's scary as shit, and I don't necessarily know. Not because it's scary. I don't necessarily know if that kind of technology should be allowed to be a contestant on AGT because,
Right. It's not really doing anything. It's the guy singing.
and he's already been a contestant
Yeah.
on AGT. So
So
I mean,
it's-
but who did they put through? Did they put through the singer or did they put through the technology? Because if they put through the technology, then they can bring out a different singer every time
Mhm. It's a band.
or a band. Like
It's
I mean, hell,
the man and the technology together as a band.
it's a one man band.
I mean, for the
Technology.
next time they do it, they could bring out the Foo Fighters, and they could make the Foo Fighters look like a bunch of cats. I don't know. I mean,
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
They should do that next time.
The next Super Bowl show at the Puppy Bowl.
Aw.
Foo Fighters looking like a bunch of dogs. Well, that wrapped up episode 2.
Oh wow, we're cruising.
Yeah, I mean, we're making good time, I think.
I think.
Okay. Episode 3 started off with the brothers Gabe and Nate Brown.
Wow,
They
that must
were
have
the-
been.
They
Sorry.
were, I think it's the ones that were singing in the different voices,
Yeah, yeah.
different styles and different voices. I'm like, that's pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure I've seen one of those guys on like different like Facebook reels and stuff.
Oh, that's
One of them.
interesting.
I'm having a hard time understanding what I wrote here. I wrote singer impersonators were very good at regular singing, and the other way.
Because they sang the song in 2 ways. Like the second time was their impression that they had to do that was written
Yeah.
down.
So they sang like drops of
Oh.
Jupiter normal, and then they sang it as Kermit.
Got it. Okay.
I thought it was really entertaining though.
Okay, I was entertained by it. I just forgot what I meant. Now I remember.
It's
Good thing you're here. It's a good thing you're here.
Feel like I've seen one of them before on other things.
Mm.
On different like Facebook reels and stuff like that.
Hmm. So maybe they're kind of like the Sklar brothers, where they're already ridiculously famous and have a movie career.
Could be, yeah. I wrote and then the other thing I wrote was podcast question mark. I wrote that with a couple X.
All right. I mean, you are allowed. You've got a Twitter account. Just because you refuse to use it doesn't mean you can't
That's
reach
true.
out to these people.
That's true.
Okay, that's fair. I've actually looked and followed a couple of them on Twitter after I thought that, and then I just never went back to these notes.
All right, because like I said, other than Seth Word, I'm willing to interview anybody.
All right. I'll let's see if Viviana has a thing we can reach out to, Jeremy.
Okay, yeah. Let's see if she has an OnlyFans that we could reach out to her on.
I might have to recuse myself from that episode.
You're fine. All right. And then Max Ostler. He was the dancer who wants to be a choreographer.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. That was fine. It was a fine performance, young Max.
All right. Nicholas, anything on that one? Didn't write it down?
Didn't write anything down. So
then we had Tyler and Michael Lannon, the knife throwers.
Ooh, blade to blade.
okay, well,
And
hold
I wrote down, oh, hell yeah, but they need to go further distance.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I wrote down something about an Australian solo dancer in between between the impersonators and the knife throwers.
So that was probably him. That was probably Max.
Oh,
That was Max.
okay. Then I did write it down. Okay. Yeah, I said he's gonna have a real tough time going forward solo. All right. All right. Anyway, moving forward,
Okay.
I need to be more descriptive with my notes. Got it. Knife throwers were very cool, and they had some different things.
I felt like they needed more distance.
Mm-hmm.
They were throwing knives at each other, but they're only doing it from like 4 feet.
That's some pussy shit right there.
I would let Jeremy throw a knife at me from 4 feet.
That could be just like the size of the stage. Like maybe they just didn't have the space to do what they. But hey, going forward, let's see what they do.
Yeah.
Because then they brought Simon up too, didn't they? And they were just throwing knives.
Oh, probably. That people love to throw knives at Simon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we had Jack Williams.
Yes, sir.
He was a ventriloquist.
That was funny.
I put really good. Look forward to seeing what he does next time.
Yeah.
I wrote that he was funny.
Pondering.
I wrote that he was funny, but they loved him just a little too much.
Yeah.
Paul Williams. Right? No, that's not right. Come back to me.
It was Jack.
Jack Williams. What are you trying to get to? Robin Williams?
Paul, no.
Don't drop that
Paul.
on Jeremy again. He's
Don't do
today.
it. Overflowing with emotion.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Oh, anyway.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. Next, you had the duo Ragdolls. They were dancers that I wrote, WTF is going on here? And then it's revealed that they were another staged group because it was the Bella twins pulling a prank on Simon.
Yeah. That was a waste of time.
This got me. Did this get you guys? Like, I
didn't-
actually
I
fell
don't-
for this.
I don't know who No, I didn't fall for it because, like, I mean, I didn't know who they were, but I mean, I think because they had spent the whole episode like teasing that something was going to happen. Like, I was kind of like, this is fake.
Yeah.
I fell for the act being that bad. And I was like, what are we doing? And then when they started like destroying everything, I was like, okay, something's happening.
Yeah.
And then like the security guy gets tackled off the stage and no one else came up there to do anything. It's clearly a WWE production.
Right. Right.
Paul Zerdin.
Paul
He
Sturgeon.
he won season 10. He was a ventriloquist.
Oh, okay. Okay. He was the other
So
ventriloquist.
because he won season 10 and then Darcy Lynn won season 12. So we're at 3 ventriloquist winners for AGT.
All right. Okay, next up, we had
Sarah J.
Sarah James, the singer from Poland.
Um,
I wrote that she was pretty good, but not golden buzzer worthy.
this was not even enough to make my cry count. So
Wow, which is weird because she got Simon's golden buzzer.
yeah. So it didn't move me for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought this was another golden buzzer that was kind of an overreach, maybe kind of a waste of a golden buzzer.
Yeah, I thought
Not near as bad as the other one, but
she's a good singer, but it's like, okay, when they're 13, you never know like how their voice is gonna change or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next up, you have something to add, Jeremy?
Well, no, I was just gonna say that someone really should have used their golden buzzer on that bathtub contortionist lady instead.
The aerialist.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah,
I would, if I had a golden buzzer, I would have used it.
Yeah. Okay.
The pop culture roulette golden buzzer goes to.
I like
Okay.
I probably would have been sleeping on Justin's couch for a couple weeks, but
that.
It's fine. I've got a couple. Okay, next up you had Yanevito. I don't know if I haven't pronounced that right. He was the creepy contortionist
Okay.
that had the really weird story that they were trying to tell the story during the act about bringing him back to life with love.
oh yeah, okay. I wrote zombie contortionist was weird and slow, but I'm intrigued. But they need to get better, like quick.
That's the one that Simon X'd until that he found out where they were from.
The
Was it
Ukraine.
Ukraine, and then he took his X down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm like, I feel like at that point he was like, "Can I take my golden buzzer back from the
Yeah.
Polish lady and give it to these people?" That's right. That's why the only reason they got through is because they're from the Ukraine.
Did that act move you?
Yeah, believe it or not, this one actually made it to the cry count. This act moved me to tears. It was a beautiful story. Actually, at first, no, I shouldn't say that. I will just edit it out if I say it. So,
Well, I kind of want to know what you were about to say then.
Yeah. Redacted. Okay, moving on. We had Urban Crew. They were a dance acrobatic group. I put again, too many people. Anytime they have those groups, there's too many people, and I can't keep up with everything going on.
All right, hold on to your butts for this one. I actually like this one.
no way.
I said normally I hate dance crews, but I thought these guys were good.
What about them?
I don't remember, but that's what I wrote. I wrote Urban Crew was really good, and normally I hate dance crews.
Okay,
That's actually exactly what I wrote.
they threw a guy really, really high, and he landed clean. So that was cool. I'm watching highlights. They were all dressed in red.
I don't know where they stand. Like, say if they were to go up against The Unbeatable.
Yeah.
The group from India that won champions a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really good. But
Next we had Harper, the 10-year-old girl who sings metal music.
Oh yeah.
all right, I feel like we're on opposite sides of the fence on this one too. I'm a huge fan. I want to see more.
I thought it was entertaining, especially when she's up there, and then all of a sudden that just comes out. And
That
her dad was sitting in Howie's spot.
oh, I thought it was great.
Remind me of the old guy a couple of years ago that was singing "Bodies" by Drowning Pool.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I remember that.
I do wonder now that the shock factor is gone, if it's as entertaining the second time, because like you know what she's gonna do now. But
Now, watch like next episode, she comes out, she's singing like opera or something.
That'd be interesting.
Just complete 360 there.
That'd be funny.
No notes, no notes.
Nothing.
Next we had Hayden Crystal, a stand-up comedian.
Uh-huh.
That's all I wrote, so I don't really remember much of the act.
So this go ahead.
I wrote the I made a joke in my comments, so you're gonna have to. Deaf comedian was really funny, and I'm looking forward to hearing more from her.
Oh,
Nice. We're leaving that in.
That's that. Okay, that's the one it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was funny.
I thought she was really funny. I mean, it kind of reminded me a little bit of. Oh, I know I come across him all the time on Facebook now. The comedian who had the stutter from a couple years ago,
Drew Lynch.
Drew Lynch. Yeah, kind of reminded me of Drew Lynch a little bit. But I dug it. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the last act of episode 3 was the Players Choir, which is a bunch of retired former NFL players that sang "Lean on Me."
You must have loved this, right, Justin?
I was trying to figure out who some of them were.
The whole time, I mean, all right, first off, I think you guys know my feelings on choirs, so we'll move on.
Same as kid acts and animal acts and
No,
dance groups.
I like animal acts.
So outside of magicians, ventriloquists, and bathtub acrobats, Nicholas is out.
That's not true. I like a lot of acts, just not choirs, especially choirs that are bad. Like normally, like, all right, the power of a choir is that you can put 20 people, 30 people, 40 people up on stage, and even weak, they sound, when you put that many voices together, they tend to sound better. They sound good. So to be that bad,
You thought this group was really bad?
I thought they were pretty bad.
I didn't think they were terrible.
I mean, they've got a inspiring message. You know, as former NFL players, like, good on them for finding something else to do, but yeah, they were not good.
Jeremy, what were your thoughts on that one?
I don't know. I guess I'm a little lukewarm on these fellas.
I mean,
So
I don't think they have a chance to win it, but I didn't think they were terrible.
Yeah, I didn't think they were horrible, but
They're definitely not winning.
No. My only thought during it was like, wonder if Justin can recognize, like, is going, oh, I know that one, I know that one, I know that one.
I was looking and I was trying to be like, I wonder how many of these guys I know. I wonder if let me see if I can find anything to see who's all part of it. Talk amongst yourselves.
But all right, so I think just because that's about where we're at for being caught up, and we're probably pushing it on time. We'll pick up next week with nights 4 and 5. Last week was the best of Simon episode, so we'll skip over that. Maybe we'll hit whatever they're doing this week. I don't know if we're getting judge cuts this week or what, but
all right. I don't know.
Come on, there's a list. Current and former NFL players include DeMarcus Williams, Tully Kane, Michael Gaines, Brian McKenzie, Ishmael McKenzie, Cameron Newton, Steve Price, Nick Roach, Brian Scott, Willie Yarborough, and Leonard Weaver.
It's a bunch of nobodies riding off the coattails of the name NFL.
I recognize a few names.
Yeah, there's a couple names that rung a bell, but at the same time, they're kind of common. So I don't know if it's the same player that I'm thinking
like
of.
Brian Scott, Nick Roach, and Tully Kane. I recognize those ones.
Yeah. So no, but you're right. I mean, they're not going very far.
No.
They're not riding the wave that the nurse choir did last year.
That's true.
Yeah, they should have been sent home a long time ago.
So
I mean, I might cut that comment out though. I mean, I don't know anything about sports. Who am I to say nobodies?
All good. That's perks of being producer.
It's true. I get to say anything.
Yeah, you edit it. Nick, you can crop together Nicholas saying stupid shit.
That is true, and I'm surprised you haven't. I mean, so so far I've been, impressed with a lot of the talent that we've seen this season. Nobody's really like we don't have like a Cody Lee yet, where like you're like, okay, well, first time we've seen this one, just go ahead and mark that down as a winner. Or
I was gonna say, outside of the one, what has been like the favorite act so far that you've seen of the 3 episodes we covered?
Okay, out of the 3,
excluding the acrobat.
Okay. Fuck! I just threw away my index cards. Hold on. Let me pull up my website.
I thought, again, not being a fan of country music, I thought that that guy who did the country band,
Drake Milligan.
Was it just a solo? I mean, obviously, was it the whole band or was it him? Like, I don't remember because I just wrote down country band. I thought he was really good.
I think it was a whole band. He was good, really good.
I thought the deaf comedian, she was really funny. I mean, those are a couple standouts for me.
I thought the saxophone player was really good too.
You fucker.
Sorry. You just cut it and edit.
That was my big nut of the week. Yeah, I'm gonna make it so that I said it first and you didn't say it at all.
That's fine by me.
Okay, so who are you actually picking this week? Since
let me look here.
No, I can come up with a different one.
If you would like to,
or we can have the same one.
Yeah,
we don't have to have a quarrel.
Yeah, it's the same one for us.
Yeah, we're gonna both go with Avery Dixon.
Yes. Avery Dixon gets 2/3 of the vote.
But I would say of the 3 golden buzzers that we've had so far, he's the only one worth a damn.
Yes,
yeah,
I would agree.
Yeah.
I thought Howie's golden buzzer might be one of the biggest wastes of a golden buzzer that they've ever had. And I thought that Simons was a bit of an overreach. I don't know. Personally, I would like them to go back to using the golden buzzer for the way that it was meant to be used for. Like, not just like the act that like guaranteed getting 4 yeses and like they're going through. Like clearly they're,
yeah.
Like I want to see it like one of those acts where they disagree and they're like, no, I want to see this act go through.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think some of with Simon's golden buzzer choice could be based on the potential of not even winning the whole competition, but being like, this is someone that'll be like, oh, maybe down the line I could represent in like a music career.
Right. I do wonder about that. Like some of the musicians, like some of the ones where he stops them halfway and makes them sing another song. I do wonder how many times, like after he's like, come here. You're not going to win this show because, you're not making it through, but give my office a call.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Here's my, like when they're going home. Hey, you're going home this week. Here's my card. we'll figure
then-
something out.
I mean, because obviously he that's where he made his bones. That's where he made all of his money. You know, discovering and producing, musicians. So, he has an ear for that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, he does. That's for sure.
all right. Anything else to add?
No, I don't think so. Oh, well, I have. When did they do the car ad? Was that in one of these three, or was that later?
Oh, when they started the whole episode with basically just a giant car ad.
Yeah, that was just fucking ridiculous.
I was just, because I was trying to catch up, I was fast forwarding through a lot of the introductions. 'Cause I thought we'd be talking about this a few weeks ago.
I had it recorded on my DVR, so I was just go watching the whole show and fast forwarding as necessary. And
The car ad or the episode?
well, the whole thing. Like I have the whole series.
I just wanted the car ad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
right.
couldn't. Well, given that Justin is only where he is, I think night 3 might have been the car ad.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that was pretty ridiculous. Like, come on, man, you're not fooling anybody. Clearly, this is just an advertisement for Kia.
Yeah, Kia. Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
that also clearly not working because I barely remembered that it was Kia. I just was kind of taking a stab in the dark.
All right. So then what, next week we'll cover episodes 4 and 5?
Yeah,
And then we don't really have to deal with Simon's golden buzzers, do we?
no, we're that's why I was hoping we'd have a chance to catch up because that's just a best of episode. We're not going to recap a best of episode.
Best of the best of episode.
So, all right,
All
well
right.
then,
I don't think I wrote anything else down to cover today. I don't think so.
all right. So I guess if you're a planted audience member and they didn't really describe what you're going through the process of how you got onto the show, or you maybe retired 8 years ago and people didn't know,
Or if you like to put hooks through your nose.
or you like to put,
Yeah.
just remember that stupid never walks alone.
Yeah.